Fact number 1. The AN-225 Mriya was the largest airplane in the world, built in Kyiv. With 6 engines and a wingspan of 88 meters, it could transport over 250 tons of cargo, more than any other aircraft. For comparison, the German Airbus A380 carries only about 150 tons. And now look what happens when the Mriya comes in for landing. People stand there, completely amazed. Everyone pulls out their phone, films, shouts. Some have goosebumps, because you only see something like this once in a lifetime. These emotions show what the Mriya really was. Not just an airplane, but a dream, a piece of pride, and a true marvel of engineering. Fact number 2. The Constitution of Pylyp Orlyk. On the 5th of April 1710, in Ukrainian exile, Hetman Pylyp Orlyk, together with the Cossack elite, drafted the so-called Constitution of Pylyp Orlyk, a groundbreaking document in Ukrainian history. It was written in 2 languages, Old Ukrainian and Latin, and consisted of a concise preamble and 16 articles. For comparison, the Constitution of the United States was adopted in the year 1787, and those of France and Poland even in 1791, many decades after Orlyk's legal document. Thus, the Constitution of 1710 is an early precursor of modern constitutions and an impressive sign of Ukrainian political maturity and vision. At the same moment, the Swedish King Charles XII confirmed this constitution as the protector of Ukraine, a political statement of utmost importance. The Latin version is kept today in the Swedish National Archives. Fact number 3. Almost everyone in the world knows the melody, but hardly anyone knows that it originates from Ukraine. The song is called Shchedryk and was created in 1916 by the Ukrainian composer Mykola Leontovych. It tells of a little swallow that brings happiness and prosperity to the house. Leontovych himself lived under the most difficult conditions. He was under massive political pressure, and in 1921, he was murdered by Soviet Secret Service agents. During that time, Ukrainian culture was systematically suppressed. Songs like Shchedryk were banned, just like many other symbols of national identity. But while Russia wanted to silence these voices, Shchedryk found a new life in free Europe and in the United States. There it became world famous as Carol of the Bells, and to this day it resounds in films, concerts, and Christmas celebrations around the world and continues to live on in the free part of the world. Fact number 4. The St. Sophia Cathedral in Kyiv. In the middle of Kyiv stands the St. Sophia Cathedral, one of the most magnificent structures in Eastern Europe. It was built in the 11th century under Yaroslav the Wise, at a time when Kyiv was a powerful center of culture, trade, and education. The cathedral still impresses today, with its 13 golden domes and unique mosaics and frescoes, which are among the oldest in Europe. Many of them are almost 1,000 years old and still preserved. No wonder, then, that the St. Sophia Cathedral, along with the monasteries of Kyiv, was included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. It is not only a religious center, but also a symbol of the cultural rise of Kievan Rus, and a treasure admired by the whole world. Fact number 5. The deepest subway station in the world. Until the year 2022, Kyiv held a very special world record. The Arsenalna station was the deepest subway station in the world. It is an incredible 105.5 meters underground, deeper than a 35-story skyscraper. Whoever takes the escalator down here needs almost 5 minutes, yet Arsenalna remains a symbol of Ukrainian engineering. Fact number 6. The Ukrainian Vyshyvanka, Indita Kwen Ishitsa. The tradition of Ukrainian embroidery, known as Vyshyvanka, goes back thousands of years. Even in the Tripilya culture, which existed from the 6th to the 3rd millennium before Christ, archaeologists discovered patterns and textile imprints similar to today's embroideries. For Ukrainians, the Vyshyvanka is much more than just clothing. Every pattern, every color carries a meaning, protective symbols, wishes for happiness, health, and freedom. Today, embroidery is considered the genetic code of the Ukrainian nation. It connects the past and present, shows pride, identity, and culture, and makes the Vyshyvanka a living symbol of Ukraine worn all over the world. Fact number 7. The Kyiv Pechersk Lavra beneath the hills of Kyiv hides a unique sanctuary, the underground caves of the Kyiv Pechersk Lavra. As early as the 11th century, monks began digging narrow passages and small cells into the rock here. Some walls were adorned with frescoes and icons, while others remained plain and bare as a sign of ascetic life. Particularly fascinating, in some parts of the caves, natural water still flows today. For the monks, it was considered sacred. They used it for prayers, for healing purposes, and for daily life in the depths. Today, the catacombs of the Lavra are part of the UNESCO World Heritage. Fact number 8. The longest tram line in Europe. In Odessa, there is something that will surprise many. The city has the longest continuous tram line in Europe. It stretches over more than 30 kilometers from the northern to the southern parts of the city. For comparison, in Berlin, the longest tram route measures only about 20 kilometers. This means Odessa surpasses even the large German metropolises with a line that has been operating continuously for decades. The Odessa tram is not only a practical means of transportation, but also a piece of city history and, for many locals, a symbol of their daily life. Fact number 9. The Trembita. The Trembita is the longest musical instrument in the world and comes from the Ukrainian Carpathians. It is made from the wood of a spruce. Particularly valuable is a tree that was once struck by lightning. The Trembita can be up to 8 meters long, and its sound is so strong that it can be heard over 10 kilometers away. In the past, it served the Hutsuls as a signal horn. It called for celebrations, for work in the mountains, or warned of dangers. Today, the Trembita is a proud symbol of Ukrainian folklore. It sounds at weddings, folk festivals, and is even listed in the Guinness Book of Records as the longest wind instrument in the world. Fact number 10. The University of Chernivtsi. Finally, a true gem, the National University of Chernivtsi, formerly the residence of the Orthodox Metropolitans of Bukovina. Built in the 19th century, it impresses with magnificent red brick facades, colorful roof tiles, and an ensemble that looks like a fairy tale castle. Today, the university is part of the UNESCO World Heritage and is not only an educational center but also a symbol of the cultural diversity of Western Ukraine. Thousands of students study here every year at one of the most beautiful universities in Europe. And now it's your turn. Which fact surprised you the most? Write it in the comments. Maybe you have even been to one of these places. We are curious about your experiences. Until the next video.